infected with the data that we had at the time. The data that we have right now is different. We have a country that is full of Delta. Delta is a more transmissible virus.
The CDC, they're changing course yet again. The federal doctors now recommending everyone wear face masks in some situations. And that is our top story right now, live at 5. So glad you're with us. I'm Fanchon Stinger.
And I'm Dan Spieler. Big news today, as you heard CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky explaining the situation has changed here over the last couple of months. The new guidelines say everyone should wear masks while indoors, regardless of vaccination, at least in parts of the country where the coronavirus is surging. And that does include Indiana, where cases have been on the rise. Doctors also recommend everyone inside of K through 12 schools should wear face masks. Most Indiana schools have already released their plans for the fall semester. Many do not include face mask requirements. The CDC is asking districts to prioritize in-person learning along with proper safety measures. We have shared a full detailed breakdown of these guidelines released today at fox59.com. Now, this guidance comes as Indiana reports more than 1,000 new cases of COVID-19 today, the first time over that mark in almost 2 months. 15 more Hoosiers, sadly, have also died from the coronavirus. The positivity rate still rising as well, and more Hoosiers are going to the hospital with COVID-19 in recent weeks.
In the meantime, the Marion County Public Health Department is releasing new recommendations, they say, based on this new guidance from the CDC. Local officials say everyone should wear a mask inside of a public space, regardless of vaccination status. You just heard that. Now, this is not a mandate. It's important to note this is just a recommendation. So the question now becomes, could mask mandates or other restrictions start being reinstated here in Indiana? Well, Fox 59 State House reporter Kristen Eskow is getting some of those answers for us tonight. So, Kristen, I understand you just talked to Governor Holcomb about this. What's he telling you?
Well, Fanchon, the governor tonight is continuing his push for Hoosiers to get vaccinated, encouraging them to do so as soon as possible. And he says he hopes the FDA gives these vaccines full approval to encourage more Hoosiers to get vaccinated. Now, I also asked the governor whether he's considering requiring the vaccine for state employees. He says he's not looking at that right now, but didn't rule out the possibility of the state taking some additional action.
I'm not leaning toward that, but obviously we have I've got some updates to make by probably the end of this week, and so we're looking at what the CDC just put out as we speak.
Now, the governor is also encouraging school districts to take every safety precaution possible to keep kids in school this fall. Now, today I also spoke with 2 local doctors who told me they agree with the CDC's updated mask guidance. Here in central Indiana, Community Health Network says they're already seeing a significant uptick in hospitalizations.
The number of hospitalizations has doubled in the past 2 weeks or so.
Dr. Ram Yaleti says COVID-19 hospitalizations within Community Health Network are back at levels he hadn't seen since May. He says it's part of the reason some of his company's hospitals are running at capacity.
Northeast and South, all 3 are very tight right now. What I'm worried about is that these patients end up staying in the hospital a lot longer, so taking up more beds and more space, and that just makes it more difficult for other people with non-COVID issues to get in the hospital as well.
Dr. Yaleti says he supports the CDC's updated indoor mask guidance because of how contagious the Delta variant is. Dr. Peter Emby with the Regenstrief Institute agrees.
I think it's prudence. It's a very prudent thing to try to prevent another major outbreak.
Dr. Emby says rates of breakthrough cases or fully vaccinated people getting infected remain very low at 0.1% in Indiana, proving the vaccines are still effective. He says the virus is spreading most in places where vaccination rates are lower, particularly some rural areas. He says just over 50% of the state's eligible population being fully vaccinated isn't enough.
Perhaps because they're seeing more of this in the news, and a bit more time has passed, we are starting to see some more people going and getting vaccinated, but the numbers are still not what we want them to be.
Now, Regenstrief says here in Indiana, the Delta variant makes up more than 80% of the new coronavirus cases. That's about on par with what the rest of the nation is seeing. Today, the governor didn't elaborate on what those updates could be from the state by the end of the week. For now, we're live tonight in Westfield. Kristen Escow, Fox 59 News.
Kristen, thank you so much. Right now, we do want to turn to the Weather Authority. It is